read in the paper today that in America they're going to have a straight pride. A straight pride, man. A straight pride because of all the oppression. There's too much oppression in the white community. Isn't there? Every day you walk down the street, people are like, "Oi!" Did I say white? I meant to say straight. Oi! Look how straight you are. Too straight, you. Too fucking straight. It's ridiculous. At first, I was like, it's the same as people being like, "Yeah, when's that International Men's Day and that? Do you know what I mean? When's our fucking day?" So your day's every day. It's every single day. Let someone else have a day. And then I was like, could you imagine going to a straight parade? Straight people don't do parades, man. Apart from the military. Do a passing out parade. They've all got guns. Used to not let women in the army when they had the parades. No women. Doesn't sound very straight to me. But they do rallies. Straight people do rallies, and that's what that would be. It'd be a rally because it's made to oppress people, dude. Pride, gay pride, homosexual pride is about standing up for yourself. It's about, look, we're an oppressed group of people and we'll march to show that we won't take it lying down. We're going to walk around the streets with very camp floats and that sort of thing. Straight pride is oppression. It's saying, you can't, if you're going to do that, then we're going to do it too. They're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it because you're doing it. And obviously you'd want some queer eye for the straight guy help with your parade, wouldn't you? Because otherwise it's just going to be denim forever. Double denim, triple denim, mustaches. The stuff I'm describing sounds remarkably gay. What does straight people do? What do I do? I don't know. What would you do? Shave your head? Is that straight or gay? I don't know. Probably both. But then I was like, do we already have one? We already have a straight pride, man. I live in Brighton. It's, after Mardi Gras, what is that? It's like the fucking main one, isn't it? The main Pride Parade. Well, it used to be. Well, I've lived here for a decade or more. 11 years. 11 years. And it was well gay. When I first, Pride was super gay when I moved down here. And you could walk the streets anywhere across town. And it used to go through town and then end up at Preston Park, which is a park maybe a mile and a half out of Brighton city centre or whatever. And you just go and hang out there. And it was fun. And it was super gay. But in the last, 5 or 6 years, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, most of the gay people I know just leave town. Just go somewhere else, stay in their house. It's like thousands more people come and they're not there for what it's for. They're there to drink on the streets. To just drink on the streets. There's so many people here now that Preston Park is turned into a music festival. Britney fucking Spears was there. Gay icon Britney Spears was there last year. Full head of hair. There's a street party on St. James's Street. You need a wristband for that. There's Morrison's on there. I want to go to it. You can still go up to Kent Town. For sure. But it's this straight pride now, man. Dickheads out on the streets. Just people not even trying to look gay. when we would, because we were sort of straight people, we would watch the fucking floats. We would drink a little bit on the streets. We would sometimes wear a skirt and a wig. But we would be very aware that it wasn't our thing. You're there to offer support to their thing. And that's not what people are doing now. It ain't. They're coming down here to street drink, and you can tell, because they'll start fighting as soon as the sun goes down. They're all gay. They're all pretending to be gay in the day. Anyone can be gay in the daytime, man. It takes a real gay to be gay at night. It takes a proper gay to be gay at night, dude. Straight people start fighting in the night. Start fighting and eating kebabs and not caring that you got garlic mayo over your fat face. It's not how gay people roll, dude. Not in my experience. It takes a lot to be gay at night. It does. It's where to separate the men from the boys. The gay men from the straight boys. Can't cut it at night. Straight men fall apart at night. Go to any northern town. Day drinking in spoons. It's fine. Everyone gets along. When the night comes, everyone's fighting, dude. When it's time to get kicked out of nightclubs and shit, everyone's fucking fighting. Everyone's cheating on their lass. Everyone's covering themselves from head to toe in fucking garlic mayo made with salad dressing. That's how you can tell. Do you know what I mean? That's how you can tell that it's changed. It takes a real man to be gay at night. There's an article here from BBC News in 2013. Right. Being drunk and disorderly, theft, and assaulting a police officer are some of the offences. 40 arrests they made over Pride weekend. 25,000 people came. 25,000 people! I want to know what percentage of that were the daytime straight men. The pretend gays. Do you know what I mean? When nighttime comes, that's when they do these straight man crimes, like assaulting a police officer. Now, sexual assault. It's supposed to be a sexually liberating festival. As soon as the night falls, dude, everyone forgets that they weren't supposed to forget why they came. They were supposed to remember to make it look like they were there to support sexual liberation. They were supposed to not forget. But as soon as the sun goes down, dude, everyone forgets why that they were pretending to come for that reason. And then they start nicking shit, assaulting police officers, and fucking sexually assaulting people. Possession of drugs, though, that's gender neutral, isn't it? You can't take drugs away from the gay community unless you're a police officer at 2013 Pride. Given the sheer size of the operation, I'd say that overall the day was a huge success and the vast majority of attendees will have experienced a wonderful festive weekend and will take home some great memories of Pride 2013. That's what it says. 25,000 people. Now, smart people would look at that and say, what a successful weekend. But it doesn't matter how big the protest or the fucking march is. If not everyone's there for the proper reason. You have to be there for the proper reason. There's this article here from Gay Star News. And the headline is, people who treat Pride like St. Patrick's Day could ruin it forever. And that's what it is. That's what I'm kind of sort of trying to say. Because Irish people can be Irish at night. English people can't be Irish at night. We haven't got the livers for it. We haven't got the stomach for it. It's all well and good being Irish during the day. Top of the morning to you. And wearing a big fucking Guinness hat. Wearing a green shirt. And pretending like you're there to do some Irish shit. But as soon as the fucking sun goes away, it's like werewolves, mate. English people are like, what werewolves if the moon was always full? The moon was always full. The earth was flat and the moon was full, then English people would be werewolves, and English people would already be werewolves, because when the night comes, we can't fucking handle it. Changes us as people. This article on Gay Star is by Joe Morgan, and it's from 2018. I just want to read this little bit. Is Pride becoming another St. Patrick's Day? Pride is becoming another St. Patrick's Day. Instead of people descending onto a city to drink and wear green, they're wearing rainbows. Parades are ever more corporate, funded by big companies, often discounted prices and shallow marketing. And this is what I was talking about with St. James's Street and the fucking Preston Park night. You have to have wristbands and tickets, and they're too full. I'm all in favour of straight people attending Pride. However, they have to remember whose house they are in. And it's a big gay house, son. Don't know what that noise was. For 364 days of the year, we walk in your world. We clean off our shoes. We work for your companies. Your companies. Anyway, we work for your companies, and many of us don't feel safe to kiss or hold our partner's hands in public. Did you hear about that thing in the news? There was like this lesbian couple on a bus, and this group of drunk lads, like 4 lads on a bus, and they were like, they found out that these people were a couple, and they tried to make them kiss because, you know, forcing lesbians to kiss on a bus is the same as lesbian porn. It's exactly the same. My number one internet search on Safe Search is forcing lesbians to kiss on a bus. Fucking love it. What were they just going to do? Just have a fucking little wank or make a video and be like, oh, fucking love that. Look how sad they look. What were they thinking? It's not rousing. They're just trying to scare people. But anyway, one of them gets up and like tells them all to fuck off, basically. So they kick the shit out of her. 4 lads kick the shit out of this lass. And the other one is like her fucking girlfriend, so she gets up and tries to stop them from doing it. Then they fucking beat her up as well. And then they robbed her. They nicked her phone and her handbag and fucked off, and then the police came, but they'd already fucked off. And I bet there was people on that bus just watching it happen too. Unless it was a night bus and they were the only ones. It's hard to say. I wasn't there. Shouldn't bring other people into it, really, but it's fucking ridiculous. And that's why people have fucking pride festivals. When there's some fucking gay fucking country, like, just like, do you know what I mean? A predominantly gay fucking country. And there's fucking straight people getting beaten up on a bus for like years. For fucking years. Pride's probably done a lot. There's a lot of people, gay people have a lot more right. I can't even imagine what it'd be like being gay in fucking history. Apart from if you're fucking Greek or Romans, because they fucking had it sorted out, mate. Just fucking shag everyone. When you're done, eat all that, and then just throw up and keep eating it. Not the sick, but the grapes. Throw up, eat, fuck. Throw up, eat, and fuck. Fuck who? Fuck everyone. It's fine, we lost that right around the time Jesus came along. So no, love everyone with your heart. Apart from witches, gays, and people who don't agree with you, agree with me. So I was being Jesus then, being Northern. That's what he sounded like. Fucking Eritrea or Armenia or wherever Jesus is from. Fucking the Galapagos. Where's he from? Sydney, Australia. I don't know. There's one there now. He's got followers. They're all women. And they love him. And he wears a Hawaiian shirt. Jesus wouldn't wear a Hawaiian shirt, mate! In Australia. But this past weekend I attended New York City Pride. This is the article again. I wasn't in New York City Pride. I'm being Joe Morgan. Just making sure he's called Joe Morgan. Where did I find his name before? Joe Morgan. Yeah, it's Joe Morgan. I was right there anyway. I scrolled back to where I was. It included many people from the LGBTI spectrum. What's I? I don't know what I is, but it's not for me. Just don't know. I'm sure the I's are aware what that they are. Whoever they are. I'm not even going to guess. Doesn't matter. The camp gays wearing heels to the butch girls on wheels. I don't know what that means. Butch girls on wheels. They like mail order? Not mail order. Takeaway? I don't know. Meals on wheels is what I'm getting at. What kind of wheels? They got wheels for feet. I don't know. Butch girls on wheels, it says here. He's probably just wanted to rhyme with heels. When Joe Morgan was writing this article, he was probably pondering about that for a while. Because he wanted to say camp gays wearing heels. And then he wanted to say butch girls. On what? Seals? Can't say seals. They're not on seals, are they? Feels doesn't make much sense. Seal, frills, meals? Butch girls on meals. That's implying that they're larger. And that's discriminatory in itself. Safest answer? Wheels. What does it mean? Who knows? Are they in cars? No, they're walking. Wheels is fine. We'll go wheels. The butch girls on wheels. The angry. The activists. The shirtless. And the ones looking for a home in the community. It's the ones in the latter camp that I worry about the most. You can be from a small town or not, from an oppressive religion or struggling with internalized homophobia, biphobia or transphobia. But what would you see if you looked at many pride events today? Is biphobia the same as homophobia? Or do they resent... If you're biphobic, do you resent the homosexual aspect, but also the sort of straight aspect? Is it wrong of me to look at bisexual people as a mixture of homophobia? Not homophobia. Is it wrong of me to think of bisexual people as like... Yeah, because they won't be half... They're not half gay and half straight, are they? So let's guess biphobia. When you're bisexual, you're a bit like... Is that same as pansexual? Or do pansexual people fancy other things? I don't know. It's hard. But it's not for me. It doesn't matter that I don't know what biphobia is because I'm not biphobic or bisexual. Do you know what I mean? But what would you see if you looked at many pride events today? And this is it. Visibility for sure, but you would also see so many straight men and women exploiting the event as an excuse to go and get drunk, and that is 100% what Brighton Pride is now. At the core of it. At the very fucking core, because these guys aren't coming down making floats, and there's still that aspect of it, so the core of it is still a Pride festival. But it's not 25,000 fucking gays in Brighton on Brighton Pride, I'll tell you that for fucking free, and you can take that to the bank, mate. It's descended into chaos. We already have straight pride. We already have a fucking... This is what happens, mate. After dark, straight people can't handle their fucking shit. Sort yourselves out. the article goes on to say that it's not every straight person. Do you know what I mean? I'm a straight person. A lot of my friends are straight people. Some of my best friends are straight people. But sometimes we'll go to Pride, watch the fucking shit go by, drink a fucking cider on the fucking beach or like outside. We used to live off the street where the parade comes past, and then ladies would walk by, older ladies. Oh. And our house became like a fucking public urinal. People would be like, "Can we go and fucking have a piss in your house?" We're like, "Okay, fine." But you know, we appreciated it. You lend your support or whatever. You don't even need to. You lend your support. Have a few fucking beers. But it's not for you. You have to remember that. It's not for you. And a lot of straight people probably think like this. Well, we fucking do, so of course other people do. We're not special. There's a 92-year-old mother who has held the same sign for over 30 years at New York City Pride. It says, "I adore my lesbian daughters. Keep them safe." Joe Morgan appreciates the boyfriends and the girlfriends supporting their opposite sex partners who are perhaps wearing a bisexual pride necklace or wristband for the first time. And then there are the pro-LGBTI parents and the preachers who I love for showing their strength, who serve as an inspiration. You can tell the pride events that are going to become problems. Here we are. When Brighton Pride in the UK announced Britney Spears as headliners, the tickets sold out in record time. I'm sure many gays are going. It's Britney after all. I can't help but be concerned how the message of acceptance is being lost in the name of a fun day out. LGBTI people need to remember we play a part. It has only been 2 years since we lost 49 of our brothers and sisters at Pulse, which is that fucking nightclub. Remember that shit. That's what people are marching for. And so you know what? There is an oppression of no, I shouldn't say that. Of straight people. There's oppression of straight people. But you're marching for the wrong thing. You're taking it out on the wrong people. So, for example, it's 49 people, like gay, like men and women who were killed at Pulse nightclub. That fucking dude in Las Vegas, in that hotel, shot all them people at that country and western concert. March against guns. Go and march against guns. Don't fucking march against... Do you know what I mean? You're a straight white man. You find out. If you feel oppressed by someone who doesn't give a fuck about you. And not giving a fuck about you in a way that they're going to fucking come and shoot you, but not giving a fuck about you as in just fucking leave them alone and they'll leave you alone. You know what I mean? With your garlic mayo face. Go after the people who are actually trying to oppress you, like people who will fucking unhinged people who will fucking take a fucking gun and just murder loads of people. Try and find out how to solve that shit. Don't worry about the gays, dude, because they're sure as fucking worrying about you. Christ. It says here, remember the reasons why they march. Discrimination against Irish people has become almost non-existent, and with it, like St. Patrick's Day, has become a shadow of its former self. It began as a religious holiday in which the ban on alcohol was lifted. It then became a time to commemorate and celebrate a culture. Across the world now, it's sadly almost a joke. We can't let pride become the same thing, as the fight for LGBTI equality continues its struggle, and it's still vital. Pride is a political act. It is a day for people from every part of life to come forward and open up their idea of what gay, bi and trans means. While we can also be drag queens and party boys. I'd fucking love to be a party boy, by the way. I don't know what that entails exactly, but yeah. Not that dude from Jackass either. I don't just mean wearing a fucking thong in Debenhams. Anyway, and that's great. We can also be just like you. We're parents, postmen, and women. What? Alright, I'm not making fun of the article, dude, but that is a funny thing to say. Dude, we're parents. We're parents, postmen, and women. Parents, postmen, and women. That's what we are. And preachers. We're soldiers, singers, and sewage workers. Not at the same time. There's no singing soldier sewage workers out there. Hitting those high notes while shooting the shit. It's the power of coming out. Pride can expand the world's conceptions. Straight people, please come to Pride, but be mindful of where you are. Be good allies. Remember the young LGBTI teen looking on, a rainbow painted on their cheeks, and wondering where they fit in. Don't trudge your mud in, sully our world, and don't forget what the fight and the march is actually about. It's true, man. We've already got a fucking straight pride, and it's on our doorstep. And the only people that can stop that are the fucking people who are ruining it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not surprised. You book fucking Britney Spears to make money, because you know everyone's going to come. They're going to come from very fucking far away, and they're going to be like, oh, I love that Britney Spears fucking concert. They're not going to be like, oh, I loved that, you know, the entertainment they fucking booked for Pride, for gay Pride, because we were going down to support Pride. Just happened to be some great music. Do you know what I mean? Why don't you book local? Why don't you book local to this sort of, you know, general area? Not just mean Brighton, but maybe just like local to fucking the south of England. Like prominent gay acts and activists and speakers and people who are fucking, you know, prominent in the community. And I'm sure they probably do. I'm sure at some of the street parties they probably have this sort of stuff, but don't make the fucking main thing something that's going to bring the wrong people here. And then you'll have your gay pride back. Because it takes a real straight man who can be straight after dark to sit and go and listen to the talks and actually go down and support what the fuck's going on. Just do that. Take away the fucking... Take all the shit out. Get rid of the shit. And just go back to the roots of what it's supposed to be about. And then the fucking... If on St. Patrick's Day in a Wetherspoons, everyone who was in the Wetherspoons had to sit down and watch a 2-hour documentary about the history of St. Patrick's Day and why, you know, and the history of the fucking Republic of Ireland and why they have that day in the first place. What it said here was they had a prohibition, and that was the one day of the year where they lifted the prohibition. Sit down and learn about that for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and see how many fucking people will be doing St. Patrick's Day then. Think how many Guinness had to be sold then? Probably not as many. There'll probably still be some. We're like, well, you know, like a test. Like, we'll still do it. You can't stop us. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking... Don't worry about fucking Americans. Americans say shit like this all the time. Arming themselves because the crisis in the Middle East. The crisis is in the Middle East, you fucking bellends. They say shit like this all the time. It doesn't need to concern us. What we need to do is fucking sort. Don't have a straight pride here. We've already fucking... We're laughing at them. We're laughing at them, but we've already fucking got one here. Do you know what I'm saying? So people need to fucking sort out. There you go. And that's it. That's my 2 pence on... my 2 pence worth on this fucking straight pride shit in America. Yeah, that's the Alkaline Podcast, episode 2. My name's Riggs. Sober time, 16 days, 17 hours, 38 minutes and 2 seconds. Did my first headliner in Eastbourne after being back on the scene. Went okay. Went all right. Tried out some new shit. It wasn't as strong as the stuff that I surrounded it with, but it was good fun and it was a good learning curve for me. It was fun. Tonight I'm in Hastings featuring for Simon Kane, and it's fucking pissing it down outside, and I have opted to walk from the fucking station to the venue, which takes 40 minutes. But hopefully the rain will be cleared up by then. And plus, it's like 30 miles away, so maybe the rain hasn't reached there. As always, come and check us out at the Verdict Comedy Club every second Thursday of the month on Edward Street in Brighton. It's very cheap. Still working on the format, but it's currently £3. The first one's next Thursday, maybe when the time this comes out, probably this Thursday, the 13th of June. And then every second Thursday of the month after that. Always fresh lineups, always fresh laughter is the tagline I came up with. Yeah. And, thanks for listening if you are. Cheers. Bye.